Hi, this is Dr. Zandra Palma. It's a beautiful fall day in New York. That's why I'm coming to you from my window. But last week was even better because I was in Havana, Cuba, and my favorite town in the entire world, San Miguel de Allende in central Mexico, with a bunch of friends. And I wanted to make a post about my favorite travel hacks. There's a couple supplements I don't leave the U.S. without, especially if I know I'm going to be around weird water, exposed to different gut bugs that can really ruin your trip. So I want to go through them. I'm going to go through kind of hacks for gut health, for skin health, for time zone adjustment, and then maybe a couple extra bonus things. So the first thing that I think I already mentioned is if I'm going to leave the U.S. and be in a place with weird water, weird food, I'm going to bring some botanical antimicrobials with me. So these are usually blends. They're not as strong as an antibiotic, but they work as an antibiotic, an antiparasitic, and some of the agents even work, or the herbs in here actually work as antivirals as well, and they're also antifungal. So they're usually blends of things. I'm not going to say the brand name because that's not my style. If you're a practitioner, you probably recognize these though. But you want a blend that usually has something like olive leaf, oregano oil, berberine, cat's claw, artemisia, lemon balm, all of these kind of antimicrobial things blended together, and then you can take a therapeutic dose, so usually more than it says on the bottle, if you think that you've been exposed to ice cubes or washed vegetables in a place with weird water, or you've eaten some street meat, or you start to feel, your tummy start to twinge. I actually saved a couple of my friends on this last trip before anything bad happened with these. I also make sure I'm on a probiotic when I travel. I generally take a probiotic all the time because I have allergies, but a probiotic, this is the brand that comes from my practice, so I'll show you that brand, the Parsley Health brand. It's a broad-spectrum probiotic. It's exactly what I buy. And it has a species in it. It has a number of species in it, but it has one called Saccharomyces boulardii, which I really like because it's antifungal in itself and can fight off yeasts, and sometimes can have some action against other flagellates and microbes as well. So that's good to take while you travel. And then sometimes I'll take a second probiotic while I'm traveling, a spore-forming probiotic. And the good thing about a spore-forming probiotic is these are also antimicrobial in and of themselves. They don't actually colonize the gut. They're what are called transient commensals. They live for about 3 weeks, but they invite good bacteria in and they fight bad bacteria off. So these are kind of key when you're traveling as well. Let's talk about some other gut health stuff. So I always take digestive enzymes with me while I travel. I don't need digestive enzymes all the time, but when I travel, I am not so careful. I like to live my life and I like to eat good stuff. I have a known dairy intolerance and a dairy allergy, as well as an intolerance and allergy to eggs, and I'm medium with wheat, but I eat all those things when I'm traveling. So this digestive enzyme has a couple of particular enzymes in it to help with digesting gluten and dairy. So that really helps me, and helps me just live my life when I want to. For skin health, I love a supplement called astaxanthin. I'll show you what the pill looks like. Astaxanthin, I'll do a complete separate post on astaxanthin because this is one of my favorite supplements. But the reason I take it when I'm traveling is that it can help protect from UV rays. It also increases skin elasticity. It can help with your heart, can help with your cholesterol. I don't have any of those problems, but it's a good one. And I'll talk about it at some point in a future post. What else do I take when I'm traveling? Oh, time zone adjustment. So maybe my favorite travel hack of all time is low-dose sublingual melatonin. So it looks like this. You get it in a bottle just like this, and you take 5 to 15 drops. So this is a very low dose of melatonin. I'm taking a quarter to 3/4 of a milligram. You put it right under the tongue. And you do that before you travel for 2 to 3 days at the time that you'll be going to bed in the new location. So if I'll be going to bed in London at 11 p.m., and that's 6 p.m. New York time, I think I did that calculation right, maybe depending on the season, then I'll take this for 2 to 3 days at 6 p.m., just 5 to 15 drops under my tongue. And then when I go to London, I'll have an easier time adjusting. My circadian rhythm will just naturally have an easier time adjusting. When I want to sleep on planes, I'll take this and sometimes combine it with a couple other things. I like to combine it with Kavanes. I will show you the brand of this one because it's the only brand I know that makes this particular blend. It's a blend of an analog of GABA. So GABA is a neurotransmitter. It's an analog that can cross the blood-brain barrier plus taurine, and it just is beautiful for sleep. Also, if I want the holy trinity of sleep supplements, and this one I have to make sure I've got at least maybe 8 to 10 hours to sleep, I'll add some magnesium glycinate. This is the Parsley brand. 300 to 500 milligrams at bedtime is a good dose for everybody all the time, but if I put those three together, it's down for the count for a while. What else have I got for you? Oh, one more bonus supplement. So this is particularly for me because I, have done all my genetic testing because I get to do testing all the time. I have a gene mutation in a gene that allows me to handle sulfites. So wine sometimes don't react great to wine, although I love wine. So if I know I'm going to be on vacation drinking a bunch of wine, I will take a little bit of sublingual B12. Now this has to be a specific kind of B12 called hydroxy B12 or hydroxycobalamin. I put it under my tongue. Over the long term, sublingual supplementation of B12 supplements is equal to injections, so this absorbs really, really well, and that will help me tolerate sulfates. I think that's all I have for you. If you have any questions, you can comment on the blog, and I'll be back soon with a quote about why I like ask Santa.